Social media means websites and other online means of communication that are used by large groups of people to share information and to develop social and professional contacts. The most prominent social media platforms that are used are Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Recently, social media has been negatively impacting the lives of many all over the world. Before we talk about all the issues being caused by social media, let's go over the history and development of it.
Before social media took over the world, Samuel Morse sent the first telegraph from Washington, D.C. to Baltimore, Maryland. After 10 years of the telegraph, a consumer product called Micronet, which was an information service, was introduced. Soon after, in 1978, the first public bulletin board system, the BBS, went live, being its main purpose was to step towards the advancement of technology, social media, and communication. The BBS caused Instant Messenger, MySpace, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook to be introduced to the world. Entrepreneurs such as Krista Wolf, Brad Greenspan, Tom Anderson, Josh Berman, and Mark Zuckerberg have changed social media drastically. Since the 2000s, social media has become the biggest thing on the internet and is now the main way of communication between people.
Social media has made a huge impact on today's society, and its impact isn't a very good one. Around 7 in 10 Americans use social media. Social media has negatively impacted society because it's addictive, makes people vulnerable to criminal activity, give people a false sense of connection, and create a new platform for cyberbullying. Social media and the internet have become something that most people use on a daily basis. Snapchat is one platform that has become extremely addictive. Over 400 million Snapchats are shared on the app per day, which comes to almost 9,000 photos sent every second. Although many believe that teenagers are the main users of social media, around 22% of the world's population uses Facebook, which includes adults as well as teenagers. Based on the total U.S. population, 68% of U.S. adults and Snapchat have had a drug-like influence on people due to their addictive properties. Social media also leaves people vulnerable to criminal activity online. By inputting personal information into websites when creating an account, you risk having that information stolen if the website gets hacked. If a website that contains personal information gets hacked, people can become victims of identity fraud or even more serious crimes. According to a 2015 crime report, there were 19,967 crimes committed that had to do with social media. The very real possibility of being a victim of identity fraud has become much more common due to how easy it is for computer hackers to steal personal information. Another negative effect that social media has on society is that these sites give people a false sense of connection to others by building relationships with people online that may not last instead of building relationships with the people around them. By being closer to people online than people around them, someone may start subconsciously moving toward isolating themselves in real life. After creating relationships online, people have a hard time distinguishing between relationships made in real life and online. Cyberbullying is another very serious effect of social media. Cyberbullying has become extremely common in today's society, which isn't a good thing. Since 69% of the public uses some type of social media, cyberbullying has become powerful in dictating how someone is viewed and how they view
Despite
themselves.
many attempts to solve the problem with using and being overly attached to social media, there are many causes for people to continue staying glued to their phones. For example, people become addicted to the internet for all sorts of social causes. Being online can be because of the want or need to feel involved in others' lives and see the social events they attend. Whether it be Govball, PNC, or any award show, by scrolling through Instagram and looking at the pictures, one can easily feel fulfilled and more cheerful. Another leading cause to this problem is for people to solve their self-esteem issues. Some may feel unconfident with the person they are and see social media as a way to recreate themselves into who they want to be. The feeling they get and the overflowing happiness they feel only comes from social media. Being online makes them feel very positive as they enjoy the appreciative comments and likes they receive on their pictures. It cheers them up, makes them feel good about themselves. And happiness and boosting self-esteem are the two top reasons kids of today's day and age are addicted to their phones, social media, and Instagram. Having others appreciate them and feeling included in fun parties and activities is also what proves to be as a magnet for teenagers. And many of these teenagers still don't see how this so-called magnet is taking over their lives.
There are many pros and cons for it. Some positive aspects about social media are it helps people stay informed with current news. This especially applies to teens who are very busy and don't watch the news on TV. They can easily access apps and websites that will keep them updated on all the latest news. You can also meet all different kinds of people, and many people become friends over social media. No matter how far away you live, you can always stay connected with these friends through social media. Also, you can stay in touch with relatives or friends that live far away. Social media is also very useful for businesses to use for marketing. Some negative aspects of social media are it can shorten attention spans. People end up defining themselves based on the amount of likes they get on posts. It is a platform for bullying and catfishing. It takes away from face-to-face conversations, distracts from real-life interactions, and can cause depression. The University of Pittsburgh School of Medicine have been studying the impacts of social media and have connected the overuse of social media to depression. They concluded that the more time a person spends on social media, the more likely they are to become depressed. A poll of 1,787 adults in the U.S. between the ages of 19 and 32 showed that the participants used social media for about 61 minutes a day. Over a quarter of those people polled showed high signs of depression. Social media is very unrealistic and misleading. People edit their photos and make their lives seem amazing to people viewing their social media pages. The exposure to highly idealized representations of peers on social media elicits feelings of envy and the distorted belief that others lead happier, more successful lives, says the study. Spending too much time on social media also makes people feel like they are just wasting their time and feel like they are going nowhere. Social media can become just as addicting as gambling or substance abuse. People are constantly checking their phones to see how much attention they're getting through the amount of likes they receive on posts. People define themselves by the amount of likes they get, and it can turn into a negative competition among friends of who can get the most attention. A Kaspersky Labs study showed that 42% of social media users have felt jealous when a friend's post receives more likes or comments than them. Jealousy due to social media can also come about in relationships. It can lead to infidelity and distrust. About 34% of women and 62% of men admit to snooping on their partner's texts and other private messages. Social media such as Snapchat provide a very easy way to cheat on your partner. Social media can also lead to controversy among friends. 58% of people in the study admit to being upset or embarrassed because of a picture their friend posted of them. Social media also leads to a lack of attention and interest in real-life conversations and interactions. People are always engaged in talking through people on the phone and checking their social media accounts instead of focusing on the real things in life.
On an outdoor vacation where you can leave your phone behind and get away. This hasn't been successful because it only frees someone from the internet for the time they are gone. But once they come back, they tend to fall right back in the pattern of constant technology use for social media. Since these techniques have failed in the past, many new possible ways to solve the problem have been created. The first one is to simply just turn off notifications for your social media apps. Preventing notifications from coming to your technology can keep you from getting distracted and help you stay on task and be productive in work or school. Or, if completely avoiding it is too much, you can limit yourself to how many hours you can go on by keeping your phone out of contact until the time you allow yourself to go on. Along with that, you can implement rules on when you can and cannot go on your phone, otherwise known as checking with purpose. Another new strategy is completely eliminating the social media from your life by altering your settings. Delete apps you are addicted to, so instead of having your mind set on the next time you can play on the app, you will be set on not going on the app at all anymore. Lastly, the best way to clear your head of thoughts on social media is to prioritize. Figure out the important tasks you need to complete the day and decide when it would be a good idea to relax and go on technology or to not go on at all. Reversing the addiction is not very easy, but it is possible. Many have yet to even try to get better in fear of becoming sad from the lack of social media, which is a main source of happiness in their lives. Trying different methods to cut off the addiction is very important because not only will it help you become free, but it will also show you that there are other, more important things to depend your happiness and well-being on.